Hello. For my speech this semester in Humanities 177B, I will talk about photography. The development of photography altered how art was created and viewed by allowing for more art pieces to be made and easier distribution to the general public. In class this semester, we read Walter Benjamin's The Work of Art in Age of Mechanical Reproduction. In that, he briefly mentions how the development of photography altered the way art was made and seen by others. In it, Benjamin writes, photography freed the hand of the most important artistic functions, which henceforth devolved only upon the eye looking into a lens. Since the eye perceives more swiftly than the hand can draw, the process of pictorial reproduction was accelerated so enormously that it could keep pace with speech. A film operator shooting a scene in the studio captures the images at the speed of an actor's speech. Now, before I go into how photography altered art and how it was viewed, I want to give everybody a brief history of photography. Photography begins with the camera obscura. The camera obscura dates back thousands of years, and it produces an upside-down image in a dark room. In that room, light shines through a small hole and allows for the user to accurately create a piece of art depicting the outside world by simply tracing it. On the bottom left, you can see a drawing of what it is, and on the bottom right is a modern example of a camera obscura, which really allows you to see the use of it. As you can see, people are laying down in a dark room with a small hole in the door on the right, and the outside image is being projected onto the two walls upside down. Now, if they wanted to, they could trace that and create a new piece of art. This was first analyzed, even though it's thousands of years old, it was first analyzed by Ibn al-Haytham in the 11th century. After the camera obscura, there were several different processes, but the first commercially successful form of photography was the daguerreotype. And this was named after the creator, Louis Daguerre. And the image is placed onto a silver-plated copper plate, and this was a very extensive process, but quickly became popular in the 1840s and 1850s. On the right, you can see Louis Daguerre, and on the bottom, you can see the entire daguerreotype process. I could give an entire presentation on that. So if you want to pause it, you can look more into the process. It is very extensive. But now let's look at photography as art itself. The development of photography issued in several new forms of art and a new wave of artists. For example, Ansel Adams. And if you don't know Ansel Adams, he's in the bottom right, and he was mainly a black and white photographer and took many photos of national parks, including Yosemite, which you can see in the top. In a 1951 issue of Time magazine, they wrote, "No artist has pictured the magnificence of the western states more eloquently than photographer Ansel Adams. This summer, thousands upon thousands of tourists will follow Adams' well-beaten trail up and down the national parks, fixing the cold eyes of their camera on the same splendors he has photographed, and hoping somehow to match his art." His art has inspired thousands to go and experience his photos in person, not just since 1951, but from years and years afterwards. Also, the development of photography led to the development of cinema and film. Now, I use in the middle bottom there behind the scenes from an Avengers movie. Now, many of you, even if you don't watch the movies, you know what the Marvel Cinematic Universe is. And as of June 2022, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has brought in $26.6 billion worldwide at the box office. That never would have happened without photography. And movies are an art form. They really are. Also, phone cameras. Everybody has a phone camera. Okay, you're maybe watching this on your phone right now. And on the phone is a very small portable camera, which allows anybody to take photos. Phone cameras allow for broad distribution of art. For example, in the bottom left, you can see people taking pictures of the Mona Lisa. So you don't, and the only reason why most of us have probably ever seen the Mona Lisa is because we have seen pictures of it. And that is all thanks to the development of photography. We can also see art through Google searches without ever going to art in museums. In conclusion, the development of photography has changed how art was created, such as I mentioned, Ansel Adams photographing nature, and viewed by allowing for more art pieces to be made and easier distribution to the general public. Now, anyone can look up any famous piece of art, or make art despite their